I can't believe I'm doing this game. Well, I mean, of all the dating sims I could play next after Help a Boyfriend, it had to be this one, didn't it? Nobody's forced me to play this game. I picked this of my own accord. Well, anyways, hey everybody, I'm Mr. Onos, and welcome to my new Let's Play of... I can't believe I'm saying this. Doki Doki Literature Club. I'll be honest, I'm a little late to the party on this game, because this was kind of the talk of the internet a couple of years ago. But of course, as always, I'm late to things, so, you know. I should mention, I got a content warning before I even started up the game. It asked me if I was at least the age of 13, and was like, because this isn't suitable for children. Based on what little I've heard about this game, that seems to be very accurate. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm about to get myself into, but let's get started. Enter my name. Oh boy. Well, let's enter my actual name, so... Okay. Hey! Oh, Steven speaking. I should mention, I'm recording with a headset microphone, not my Yeti microphone, so if my audio sounds a little different, that's why. If it doesn't sound so great, I'll just go back to the Yeti microphone. Anyways. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. I'm gonna Sayori. I don't know. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed I don't front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Luke. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Luke, have you decided on a club to join yet? Oh gee, I wonder which club we're going to join. A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you will join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average. Just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET? What? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. I don't know what a NEET is. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh boy, the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in the new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. Honestly, it's hard to tell. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Oh god, what's she dragging us into? And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That's a great line. I'm gonna use that later. How? I don't know. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Luke, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. As naturally, I have no voices for any of these characters, because I can't do any girl voices. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I mean, they are kind of cute, but, What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. The small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Luke. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Well, I know what kind of character I am then, if I'm saying that. So having her smile at me... I cannot speak. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... God, I cannot speak. You too, Monica? Come sit down, Luke. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me and Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, so I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a little awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I'm feeling hungry for cupcakes actually myself, but I have a game to play right now. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Don't actually show me the cupcakes though. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, let's hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get some icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Oh, great. Hello, Tsundere. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give him my Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea reading might not be a pass-on for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori really seemed happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. Make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. And that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their little level of enthusiasm about literature. Am we gonna read books and then I'm gonna get quizzed about them at some point? Because if so, that will not go great for me. Speaking of, are we gonna have multiple choices in this game? Like, have a boyfriend? Maybe, maybe not. Again, I don't know what to expect from this game. So look, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. And wait, what about you, Yuri? Now let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the worlds of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Swords with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. I can agree with that, actually. Not all the time, but I can kind of agree with that sometimes. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Oh, yeah. I've seen a few movies lately that are like that. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. Oh, yeah, this is just like me in actual conversation. Good lord. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Somehow I feel like this dialogue will come back to mean something later. Let's put a pin in that, I guess. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to... try to test again. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. Ooh, what's this about? I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Quizzically? Is that a word? I don't know. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Oh boy. Then the coming week, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Luke? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and suddenly the awkwardness dial turns to 211. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back with me with dejected eyes. Yep, I just made things worse. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Luke, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. I apparently get no say in this. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. And if you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Luke, I look forward to seeing how you express Okay, let me try this again. Luke, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I can't speak today. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up in me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, look, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed for after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Excuse me. Sorry. And with that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Now, do I get to choose what I'm allowed to write about? Oh my god, really? Yes, I do get to pick. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. I'm actually gonna save real quick. Also, I never did my syncing up the audio, so if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna do that real quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, I'll save that there. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick. I imagine the words I pick will determine how the game progresses. I actually wonder if there are multiple endings to this game. I don't really know. Okay, so let's go. Disaster. Oh my god, yeah, let's go with dark words. Tragedy? Oh, what's that? No, wait. Is that Sayori Monika? I don't know. I already forget. Death. Okay, I think that's... No, Monika has green eyes, so I'm apparently really impressing Sayori with the words I picked, so I guess we're going with that. Uncanny? Yuri, that's her name. She likes that. Wrath. Yuri likes that. Desire, she likes that. Massacre, let's go with that. Yuri likes that, okay. Effulgent? What? Yuri seems like that. Okay, I'm really going for her. Okay, this time I'm going to end up with... Oh, determination, how about that? Yuri likes that. Dream? Okay. A heartbeat. Okay, Natsuki likes that. Philosophy. Yuri likes that. Contamination. Okay, yeah, I'm in it with Yuri this first go around. Starscape. Misfortune. Okay, back with Sayori on that. Oh, hello, Doki Doki. Natsuki likes that. Okay. Amazing. Sayori likes that. Heaven Sent. Yuri likes that. And Misery. Okay, so it's gonna be Yuri for this time around. Hi again, Luke. Okay, Monika has green eyes, gotcha. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Luke. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. See, you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Oh, damn. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Luke always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I'm gonna try to make a little quieter, more calming voice for Yuri. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Luke can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you want it. Oh. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, as she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Yuri approached me with that book. I wonder if this dialogue changes depending on the words I picked in the poem. Well, I guess I'll find out on repeat playthroughs. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. I'm sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. Excuse me. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. You haven't actually read it, have you? The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Oh, you're not a fan of that sort of thing, Luke? No, it's not that. I mean, you definitely enjoy this kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It says that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means that you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I'll slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Oh, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Yeah, again, like I said, I imagine all this dialogue would be different. And I'd be having it with a different character, depending on how that poem went. Did we actually... Did it say we presented our poems yet? I don't know. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, Wait, let me try it again. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. That sentence doesn't scan properly, but whatever. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, wow! Like, a different look. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, or huddled even closer together than before, is actually kind of distracting me. As if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Something awkward and really dumb is about to happen, isn't it? Are you ready? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You and I is used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like intimate and strange. my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. And she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but it's kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Luke, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. Okay, so now we're getting to this. And after this, I think we can stop for today. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright? Stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to? Oh, I get to pick. Oh, okay. You know what? Actually, with that, we're going to stop today. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is already like a slow start. I imagine this might pick up more the next part. Oh well. No. First part blues, I guess. Well, anyways, that's part of Doki Doki Literature Club. I guess we'll read our poems to somebody. Oh boy. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care.